Funnily enough, I'm filming this on October 3rd. Oh my gosh. It's October 3rd.
It's October 3rd.
The working class popular girl. In this video, I wanted to talk about the working class popular girl, or the poor popular girl. There were two characters that stood out to me and inspired me to make this video. Maddy from Euphoria.
What in God's name is your problem? You cunt. Who that? Ah, Gigi, why? They do that.
And Mathews from Sex Education.
When I was here,
I have no idea who you are.
it's impossible. Everyone knows who I am.
I have a lot of notes, so let's go. When we're first introduced to these characters, we notice their style. Maddy's style is a blend of sweet and sexy, and a little bit cool. You will typically see her in pale blues, lilac, and baby pink. At times, you will also see her wear deep purple and black. These contrasting colors will be important later in the video. Ruby is also quite girly like Maddy, but their styles couldn't be any more different. Mathews wears a lot of color. Actually, she favors a lot of bright color, to be specific. Yellows, red, blue, and purple. Pink, of course. Definitely pink. While Maddy outfits tend to have cool cuts and shapes in some of her clothes. Maddy's outfits definitely favor and lean more towards the 2000s, especially as they are definitely having a more of a resurgence in now times and today's times. Whereas Mathews, everyone in sex education, I should say, definitely leans towards the 80s, and it was intentional to kind of create the world of sex education and to not really, of course we see ourselves in these characters, the awkwardness and everything that goes on in the show, but to almost build a world of its own. The stylist for the show intentionally leaned in towards the 80s aspect of the styling and in the fashion and the colors. Okay, so you may be wondering why I decided to address their outfits. Well, it's because it plays a big part in their characters. So first, let's talk about Maddy. When we first see Maddy, we immediately think that she's going to be the mean girl. Naturally, as the story is set in high school, we immediately create an unconscious bias of the character. But how can we, the audience, help that? For decades in TV shows and movies, the trope of the popular and the rich mean girl narrative has existed. However, Maddy subverts that expectation. Her main friend group does not reflect the popular rich mean girl friend group that we've always observed in media. Previously, having someone of Kat's size in the group would be frowned upon because her size was not considered aspirational. Vape Girl, as everyone likes to call her, has also previously not been seen with someone like Maddy. She would have not been seen with someone like Maddy in media because her aesthetic, which reminds me of Chavs, garners little to no sex appeal. The only person that would have fit into the trope is Cassie, who also has a sweet with a little bit of a sexy type of style mixed into her aesthetic. She also favors pale colors, but she sticks to them, never really going into any other darker colors or cutouts. Maddy's background. Maddy comes from a working class background. Her mom is a nail technician and is the breadwinner of the family. Her dad is a lazy bum who sits at home and drinks all day. It's been hinted at that her father has abused her mother. In the famous line on the episode focused on her, Maddy knew who she was from a very early age. She didn't want to work hard for scraps like her mother, or work to provide for the family solely like her mother. In fact, she didn't want to work at all and marry someone who would provide for her. That's what she wanted. At a young age, she competed in beauty pageants. She probably learned that by winning in beauty, she could win at life. She's still competing in beauty pageants, but it's just off stage. Her stage is Euphoria High. The prize is Nate Jacobs, or at least someone of his caliber. Maddie is on the cheer team, which provides her high visibility, and this easily catches the attention of Nate, who sees Maddie as his perfect girl. He sees Maddie as his ideal girl. With winning the attention of Nate, Maddie now receives gifts that can allow her to maintain the image she's created, but also allows her to get closer and closer to the lifestyle she's always wanted. As she said to Cassie's sister about confidence, 90% of life is confidence, and the thing about confidence is no one knows if it's real or not. Unfortunately, Maddie learns the hard way that not everything that glitters is gold. Nate and her relationship at some point in the series is starting to get rocky. We know things are getting rocky based on how Maddie is dressed. She wears darker clothing, black and deep purple. The outfits have larger cutouts. All this subverts Nate's ideal image of the perfect girlfriend, and he lashes out. This and many other dangerous instances causes Maddie to rethink and eventually break up with Nate. The conclusion. In season 2, Maddie makes a breakthrough. She realizes that she doesn't need a man to provide her with the rich and affluent lifestyle she desires, that she can provide it for herself, albeit with some work, she can eventually be free, financially and fashionably. Now let's talk about Ruby Mathews. When we are first introduced to Ruby, she along with her friend group immediately stand out. And again, we assume she's going to be the rich, mean, popular girl. They didn't subvert her character at all. And we, the audience, were right. She is the mean, popular girl. But she's not rich. But I wouldn't be making this video if that's all there was to her. She has layers. She's poor. Now, you may wonder how being a popular mean girl that is poor adds layers to your character. I'm here to tell you that it just does. It just does. Okay, let me explain why. As I've mentioned before, previous movies and shows have always conditioned us to only see rich, mean, popular girls, and for the most part, that is still the case. Take away one aspect of the equation or pyramid, and we begin to question everything. So let's ask the first question. Where does she shop for her clothes if she's so poor? Ruby actually answers the question in the series and says that her mom makes stylish clothes for her. I would just like to add, in my head canon, I could also see Ruby going to charity shops and upcycling and upthrifting them, which is a popular trend nowadays for people to go to secondhand shops, charity shops, vintage shops, and buying something that maybe is ill-fitted, or you like the pattern or you like the design, but changing it and adapting it to suit your style, wants, and needs. Another aspect I like about the show is that everybody rewears specific pieces. For me, I noticed Ruby really likes her yellow jacket in the same way Otis likes his jacket. They should have been. They should have been Endgame. It's just stupid Otis, honestly. What this shows me is that Ruby is really innovative when it comes to fashion, and she is very creative. Also, it's very possible to find higher end clothing in charity shops. In more upper class areas, if you go thrifting there, you'll find it. Besides, vintage is so in right now, and I know Ruby would be an amazing shopping partner. Question number 2, her friends. How are Ruby's friends who are richer, wealthier than her, still her friends? She bosses them around, and she obviously sets the standard in a similar way to Regina George from Mean Girls. The difference is she shows her sensitive side to the people she's closest with. We see this as she continues to grow her friendship with Otis, and when her friend needs them, she'll be there. In return, her friends are also there for her in tough times. They never really show why they don't expose her for being poor, but I chalk it up to her being as a sort of inspiration to them. I mean, come on, look at how fabulous she is and what little we know she has to work with. Initially, when introduced to Ruby, I didn't like her for how she was bullying Maeve. However, as the show progresses and as I begin to learn more about her, I end up really liking her. I really liked her dynamic with Otis, especially as someone who really wanted him with Maeve. Otis, man, you fumbled two baddies. Two, not one, but two. Anyway, that is two broke baddies. But I would like to add an honorable mention to Miss Perfect, aka I, why can't I say her name? Miss Perfect, aka Lila Sawyers from Hey Arnold. I haven't watched Hey Arnold in a while, but I saw a video on her and felt she also fits into the themes and the narrative of this video. She fits Maddy's subversive narrative by being a kind girl, even though being popular, us the audience, along with Helga and the other girls in the class, thought she was going to be mean. She fits in with Ruby's narrative, being a poor girl, but innovative and creative by using the materials she have and the resources she has to recreate popular clothing styles and outfits. Okay, her story was really sad. No one, regardless of what you think their class is, should be treated unkindly because until you get to know them, you really don't know what they are going through. Lila was thought to be a rich, popular girl when that was not the case, in the same way we thought Ruby was going to be the rich, popular girl, which she was popular, but clearly not rich from what we saw revealed in the show. And yeah, it's like the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, is really and truly what this video is about. And the way it was, these shows made an interesting take on that little quote. Yeah. But thank you for watching. Now that I'm actually like talking, I don't feel like this video is as long as I thought it would be. I feel like by the time I finish editing, it's gonna be like 10 minutes. But I hope I still hit the main points I wanted to hit. But if there's some stuff that you want to add in the comments, please do. Like, let's create this fun space where we can have conversations about like media and things of that sort. So yeah. Funnily enough, I'm filming this on October 3rd and I have ginger hair and it's about popular mean girls. Oh my gosh. Ah! It's October 3rd. It's October 3rd.